Hello everyone, and this is Shadow of the Moon 1987, and today I'm going to be bringing you a deck profile of my Evol deck, or Evol deck, however you want to say it. I know I said in my last video I was going to do a Shinobird deck profile, but the deck's really complete, I think enough to actually give you a profile of it, and it's still work in progress. I think it's like maybe 50-60% done, so I thought I'd give you something that was a little bit more finished. To give you a little backstory, I actually have a couple dinosaur decks that I have, this being one of them. I love the dinosaur archetype. I actually used to play with the structure deck with Ultimate Tyranno and stuff, and one of my more favorite characters was Rex Raptor back, during the first season, and I like Tyranno House of Ares character. So it wasn't always just Winged Beast for me. It was sometimes I also had these guys into, and I always had wanted an Evol deck for like the longest time. I always thought the artwork was really cool, and to be honest with you, it was one of the more actually fast-paced dinosaur decks. You either had this, the old beat-down dinosaur deck, which we all know was slow, and you had the other deck. Let me think what it was. The one that was the fully synchro deck. I can't even remember. I'm going blank. But anyways, I'll go ahead and give you guys a deck profile, and if you notice it's a little bit easier to see, I got a new video camera on my phone. Actually, I got a new cell phone, so I'm actually able to record in HD now, and eventually I do plan on getting a tripod set up for this, so that way I can actually show you deck profiles, or if since I also build Gunpla, and I know I haven't uploaded a Gunpla video yet, but anyways, I'll go ahead. I think I've rambled long enough. It's already at the 2-minute mark, and I've been still talking about it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and show you what you got. Take that to the side. Alright, so the first thing is 3 Evol Cerato. This is definitely mandatory in this kind of deck. He's good. He's a beat stick. He's 1900, and if he's special summoned by the effect of an evil tile monster, then he gains 200 attack, and I can add, when this card destroys a monster, but when he actually destroys a monster by battle, or destroys a monster and send it to the graveyard, I can special summon I can add an evil tile monster from my deck in my hand, so he has really good synergy with this deck, and he's a beat stick. Now, the thing to notice about Evol decks is they're broken up into 3 different types. There's the evil tile, which is the reptile type, and then the evil soar tile, or evil soar, which is the dinosaur type. And then you have the dragon type, which is the Evol Tsar. So there's 3 different types of Evol. That's why it's mostly just called an Evol deck. So he's really good because he works really well with the ability of being able to add a evil tile and keep the process going. Because this deck is very heavily synchro and exceed monster. Next is 3 evil tile Westo, and he is the bread and butter of this deck. When he gets flipped, especially summon an evil soul monster from my deck. That's it. 1900 defense, and he can bring those evil swords out really easily from the deck. Okay, next is evil tile Najasho, and when he is on the field distributed, I can special summon an evil sword monster from my deck, and he has 2000 defense, so he is a wall, and when he gets distributed, which I can special summon an evil sword monster from my deck. Okay, I got 3 evil tile Lago Sucho, and when this card is normal summoned, I can send an evil sword monster from my deck to the graveyard, and this card is a really good combo with the card that I'm going to show you later, actually coming up right after this. So use him to get a evil sword monster and put it into the graveyard, and then when his card is flipped face up, I can special summon it from an evil tile monster from my deck, but I mostly use it for the evil sword effect, the first one, which leads me to 2 Evil Sword Volcano. And when he's special summoned by the effect of the evil tile monster, I can target an evil sword monster in my graveyard, special summon that target, and it can't declare an attack. Now, what's important about this is when he's special summoned, I can special summon an evil sword monster from my graveyard. And as you remember before with the last card, so I use him, dump a creature in my graveyard, an evil sword monster in my graveyard, and then when he gets summoned by the effect of an evil tile monster, he can special summon an evil sword monster from the graveyard, and then I can set that up for an Exceed summon. This is a very, very fast deck, so. And then one Evolsaur Pelta. This is one of the other level 4s. He's a 2000 defense, and when this card is special summoned by the effect of Negatile monster, it gains 500 defense, making it a fucking wall. If this card was special summoned by the effect of a new monster, but destroyed by battle, can add an Evil-Tile monster from my deck to my hand. So once again, he's good for synergy, especially to bring out those Evil-Tiles. Because the idea is to use the Evil-Tiles to bring out the Evolsaurs, and then Exceed summon for the Evolzars. And then I have two Evil-Tile Odonto. In normal summon, I can special summon an Evolsaur monster from my hand, so he's a good way to bring those out. And then two Evolsar Darwino. When this card is special summoned, he can be brought out, and then he can increase another monster's level by up to 2. And that's very important, because if you're using him to bring out a level 6 or the level 7, then the level 6 and the level 4, he's mandatory, because that's what you're going to be using for. One Evolsaur Elias, and I can special summon a level 6 or level 5 Dinosaur monster from my hand when he gets summoned by the effect of an Evil-Tile monster, so he's a good little quick save. Evolsaur Terius, just one of him. The only thing is, he is a level 6, but, however, he's got the effect, he loses 500 attack when he gets special summoned by the effect of an Evil-Tile monster, but we're not going to be worrying about that, because we're going to be too busy Exceed summoning like crazy. Next is 3 for my spells and traps. They're going to start off with 3 Evo Force, tribute an Evil-Tile monster, which once again adds to that Lagusho thing, and I can special summon an Evolsaur monster from my deck, and it is treated as the same way if it would be special summoned by an Evolsaur monster. So that's very, very helpful. 3 Evo Diversities, just add an Evil-Tile monster or Evolsaur monster from my deck to my hand. That's perfect. It's a good way to search for an Evil-Tile or Evolsaur monster if I need it. 2 Primordial Soups. These are continuous. It's a continuous spell card, and I can shuffle up to 2 Evolsaur monsters from my deck and then draw the same number of cards, so it's a good way to get a little bit of draw power in this deck. 1 Evo Price, and I only have this down to 1 because of the effect. It's just when the monster is special summoned with the effect of a Evil-Tile monster, target a card in the field and destroy it. Just a little way to destroy cards and stuff on the field, but it's not super important. And I run 2 Terraformings because I run 3 Molten Destructions. And I run Molten Destruction because Evol deck doesn't have too much attack power. It relies on the effects. So to give them an extra 500 boost is very, very helpful. I can bring out my Serato, or I can bring out any of the other ones, say for instance, and it gives them an extra boost. The destroy bonus monster by battle, and I can special summon a monster and use that to Exceed summon for the Evolsaur. So these are really, really handy. Trust me, a little bit of brute strength definitely is not hurting in this deck. And then last but not least for the spells, just your 2 MSTs, 1 Heavy Storm, and 1 Swords of Revealing Light, just for the staples. You gotta have those. And then for the traps, don't run too many traps. I only run 2, so you got 2 Evo Instant, and tribute a Reptile type monster, which is what the Evil-Tile monsters are, and special summon an Evolsaur monster for my deck. And then the last 2 cards, 2 Evo Branch. Target a face-up Reptile monster, destroy it, and special summon an Evolsaur monster in face-down defense position. Evil-Tile monster in face-down defense position. So it's the same way. Reptile type, destroy 1 and send it face down, which uses for Westo, because Westo's the one that when he gets flip summoned, special summon an Evolsaur monster for my deck. Alright, so those are the monsters and spells traps. Now here the extra deck. You got the big guy, Evolzar Solda. He's amazing because it's 2 level 6s, which is not really that hard to bring out with this deck. And he can negate. So you can negate special summon monsters just by sending an Exceed monster material to the graveyard. Evolsaur Laga and Evolsaur Dolkia. I only have 1 of each, but I want more. I want to get a playset, or at least 1 more. And these guys are really good because they both negate monster effects, spells, and traps, and and just makes it to where it really locks your opponent down. One number 61 Volcasaurus. This is, guys, a beats deck, and it's 2 level 5 monsters. And once returned, attach an exceed material and target one face-up monster your opponent controls to destroy that monster, and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster. So he's a good way to get burn damage and destroy your opponent's monsters. 2 King of the Feral Imps. Now, he's not a fire type, he is a dark type, but he searches for reptiles, which is the main focus of this deck. You got 3 Grenosauruses. So this guy's just a beat stick 2000, and I mean, at least he's level 3, so that's all you need for it. And one last but not least for the link is Doolittle Chimera. I do plan on getting another one of him at least. Just for now though, I have the one, and he just pumps up fire type monsters. And once again, with him and Molten Destruction, that's an extra 1000. So, I mean, this deck can get really, really brutal in terms of the attack power, but this is a really, really fast deck. And that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love Evolsaurs. This is something that I've always wanted since they came out with this, and I never had a chance to get it, and I actually got a pre-made deck for a really good deal and have just been building off of it. And sad to say, though, dinosaur decks aren't really that popular right now. They do have Dino Wrestlers, which I actually have a Dino Wrestler deck. It's not complete, but I actually have a base for it, and it's actually put together. So I'll probably eventually one day show you guys that one, because I know, that's a lot of fun. Dino Wrestlers I actually think are a lot of fun. Well, with that, thank you for listening to seeing this deck profile, and I'll see you guys next time.